Groundhog's Day, what is it? It is a fantasy romantical comedy directed by Harold Ramis. It tells of a story of Bill Murray, who is forced to relive February 2nd repeatedly, who's stuck in a time loop. Wait, we're not talking about that Groundhog's Day? Which day are we talking about? Oh, okay. Oops. Groundhog's Day. What is it? It is a tradition that mostly USA and Canada, actually, celebrates on whether a groundhog appears out of the ground and decides the fate of the early spring or late winter. The groundhog will see a shadow, and if it does, that means there will be more winter, and if it doesn't, that means an early spring. Now, Groundhog's Day always confused me, but I think to understand it, we need to go back to its roots, or at least when I first got notice of it. So, back when I was 7, and in the first grade, it was February the 2nd, and the teacher made us watch a cartoon in front of the TV about a groundhog who faces its fear and determines the season at the same time. And watching that also got me confused. But I didn't really care much because we still got ice cream because of that. Ugh, peanut butter. No thank you. But anyways, having an animal determine the seasons by its ability to see is actually pretty cool. Not having to always rely on science and then putting your faith on the groundhog and seeing those people participate in the event, hoping that the groundhog will either choose an early spring or a long winter, I can get behind that. So listen to this tale I'm about to tell you, my foreign friends, about this great tradition about this groundhog, which is rooted in deep Christian tradition, which, already says much, and then what has come of it now. Alright, so the roots of it come all the way down to the Christian tradition of Candlemas. You heard me right. It is when a clergy will bless and distribute candles needed for winter. That candles represent how long and cold the winter would be. Huh, didn't know where that came from. Oh, and it was made by the Germans? Okay, that explains it. Also, instead of a groundhogs, because there weren't any groundhogs in Germany, they actually use a badger to represent the animal that was going to be associated with this. Also, did you know that in France and Belgium, it is customary to eat pancakes in this day? Where do I go to sign up for this? Anyways, they also have a rhyme for this day. So, if Candlemas Day be fair and bright, winter will have another flight. If on Candlemas Day it will shower and rain, winter is gone and will not come again. Wait, this is not rhyming at all, this is rapping. If Candlemas Day be fair and bright, winter will be on another flight. If Candlemas Day is on showery rain, you know what? I'm stopping this. I'm not doing this anymore. When the Germans finally came across to Americas, they wanted to continue this tradition by doing the Groundhog's Day. But then they found out that they didn't have any badgers for the event. So they looked around and then they saw a groundhog manage his own bits and then picked it out. And in 1886, Claymore H. Ferris, city editor of Punxsutawney, which is a area in Pennsylvania between Allegheny and the Susquehanna rivers. I don't know what it means, but basically it's a campsite between two rivers and this thing is the name of it. Anyways, this dude was inspired by the local tradition of hunting and barbecuing groundhogs and then decided to use the groundhog to be the mascot of the day. Man, nothing says like seeing your whole family die in front of you and then seeing this one man and point at you and saying, "You're gonna be the mascot for our new holiday." And thus, because he's a newspaper guy, he used his outlet to promote the tradition and then it became widespread across the country. And since then, Groundhog's Day became the event known as you see today. Now, our groundhog's name is Phil, and he's been doing this for 130 years. That's what the news tells me. Feels like a little bit more than the typical groundhog, since groundhogs lives up to be 14 years. But hey, maybe he's immortal, or maybe it's just the same bloodline. That'll be nice to see. Alright, son. Now it's your time to be the groundhog. My father did it, my grandfather did it, and now I have done it. And it's been a pretty good gig so far. Not too bad on the benefits. Now it is your time. Do well, boy. And here comes Phil. Now, how good is Phil predicting the weather? Well, they actually been backing this up. Well, there is a slight problem because unfortunately his forecasting track record since 1887 has been a little spotty. So we're just gonna have to roll with what we got. So, In the past 10 years, his prediction was kinda mostly wrong. It was partly about 36%, but overall, from his lifetime of the beginning of his track record, he's been right about 39%. The man has better predictions than I do in good aim in Fortnite. However, the Punxsutawney, oh my god, this word pops up again, Groundhogs Club, who claims to be the same Groundhogs who's been making this prediction since 1800, has been thanking him for drinking quote-unquote elixir of life, allegedly, without any evidence. Phil has been right 100% of the time, of course. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see, because Phil predicted that there'll be an early spring this year, and I really like to have that right now. But like I said, it's pretty nice having a holiday like this. Paying no attention to science and just going with the gut and just seeing if an animal can predict it and then be right about it. Makes the event a lot more special. Especially those clothes that people wear. But that's about me and the Groundhog, and hopefully you guys like the Groundhog as well. So Phil, you do what we do, and we'll just keep on watching you. But that's about it, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.